Today is July 12th, 2019. So I think most of you have just seen all of my videos from the past tour to Holland with my folks. About halfway through that tour, I realized that, you know what, this is the 35th anniversary. 35th anniversary of my first trip to Holland with my folks. So while I recorded this one digitally, 2019 digitally, I did record the first one too. Only I used the technology available to me at the time. This is my scrapbook that I made every night during the 1984 trip to Holland. So about halfway through the 2019 trip, I realized I had this thing and started to put the two things together. So I knew that I wanted to make the last video of Tour 2019, linking it up to Tour 1984. And to kind of show you that I like remembering things. I like making things, whatever it is. I like making stuff, and I like trying to collate my memories into something I can look back on later. So here we are, 35 years after the first trip. Let's crack this bad boy open and see what we have here. I don't think I've looked at it in the past 25 years. So shall we? Let's dig in. All right, one of the big things back then was bumper stickers. Even going back this year, I realized we don't have quite as many bumper stickers as people used to have. But every time I would go to a souvenir shop, I would find a little bumper sticker and I would ask my folks to buy me one. So at Deutschland, Belgium, we went there. Openlucht Museum, Apeldoorn, Drenthe, that's where my father's from. So they all had their kind of coat of arms on the bumper stickers. I think that was real neat. I still think that's actually kind of cool. So first place, let's open her up. Here. So one of the things I would always collect, we'd always go to restaurants every night, and I would collect the coasters. I don't think I'd seen much like that in Canada. Here, and I even got the people to sign it. I would sometimes get the people to sign it. So there you go. Our airplane trip to Holland on the 26th of June, 1984. So here's our plane. Here's our survival manual. I hope nobody died because I stole it. Martin Air. I don't know if they're still around. What do we got here? We went to Castle Roosendaal. Here are our tickets. Mine, Dad's. Thanks for your ticket, Dad. You're very generous to give it away like that. The United States of America. I don't know what this is. Maybe it shouldn't be there. I don't know. Bennekom on the 29th of June. So Bennekom is where we stayed. Bennekom is where my dad's cousin lived, and we stayed at his place. Little village. Today we went to the Kijk and Luster Museum on the 21st of June. Here are mine and Dad's tickets. Mine and Dad's tickets. Again, thanks, Dad. I would have never parted with my ticket. So I guess we went to Appenhall, Monkey Museum, a zoo. Julianatorn, the Julia Tower right there. I don't remember any of that. Today we went to Appenhall on the 2nd of July and saw a lot. Maybe that's 31st of June? Probably 31st of June. Today we went to Appenhall on the 2nd of July and saw a lot of monkeys. Monkeys spelled Monkeys. Here are our tickets, Dad's and mine. So yeah, a lot of monkeys. I like the monkeys. At one time, people used to call me a monkey. Today we went to Castle Rijks. Here are mine and Dad's tickets. 3rd of July. So there you go. Big houses. Not so much castles as big houses. A lot of old stuff. Lots of fancy stuff inside there. Really kind of freaked me out. In a good way. Not freaked me out negatively. Apeldoorn. Hetlo. Hetlo is a big palace. Palace Hetlo. One of the ones that I really still remember today. I think it was a hunting lodge. One of the king's hunting lodge. Here I took the bag. The souvenir bag. Chopped that up. Put that in there. There's another souvenir bag. So again, Apeldoorn. Postcard. Today we went to the Openlucht Museum on the 8th of July. So I guess it's not every night. It's just when we went to the big things I would do sit down and put a page in my book. And here, Openlucht Museum, it's a big outdoor museum. A walk-through museum where they probably recreated a Dutch village of a certain era. One of the big things that I totally loved was this guy, Rien Poortvliet. He wrote these really kind of watercolor books, but he did kind of a mockumentary on gnomes and how gnomes live. I got these postcards from Rebecca when we went to Kager Koevoorden and saw a gnomes exhibit on the 9th of July. I don't know what that says. Well, so Rebecca, thank you. Dad gives me his tickets, you give me postcards. You're the best, sis. I remember this. Today we went to the art museum on July 10th. So I don't know where this was. I do remember walking through there. I do remember this and this. 70s art. Simple, but kind of beautiful. Now we are living in the house of my father's cousin. Okay, for 5 weeks. This is in Drenthe. Okay, so Mooi Drenthe. That's where the last few days of the 2019 tour were. Drenthe is a province in the east of Holland. Bartje is a famous little kid from Drenthe. Here's traditional crafts, typical houses. Groten Oude Drenthe. So kind of old, traditional old Drenthe. Hoogeveen, that's where my father's from. Again, Mooi Drenthe, beautiful Drenthe, Mooi Drenthe. Groten uit Mooi Drenthe. Don't know what that means. Groten uit Drenthe. Anyways, all the old stuff. I just remember seeing a lot of this stuff a few weeks ago. What do we got here? Today we went to Orvelt. Okay, we were there again this time on the 12th of July. Here's some wool of a sheep. Oh, white sheep's wool is gone. Maybe it's still downstairs. Orvelt. So this is where we were the... oh, here. Wow, there you go. There's the white sheep's wool. Maybe I'll just leave it in here. Oh, that's kind of neat. We were just there, man. That's pretty cool. So this is kind of an open air village that still has people living in it. There, that's where we were. That's kind of neat. Kind of neat to see it then and now. So I guess I had a book and I would cut out all the pages of Drenthe, all the different things that we saw, and tape them in here. So that's 12th of July. Best Western hotels in Holland. I tell you, I would take whatever free stuff I could get. Good old Best Western hotels, hey? Today and tomorrow we will be in Rotterdam for 2 days, spelled T-O-W. 2 days, on July the 15th. So here we have postcards. Ah, don't rip it, Dan. Come on. So always these kind of unfolding postcards. Where is this? Rotterdam. It's all upside down. That's a statue. We had a real adventure looking for that back in 1984. We finally found it. So it's all kind of the same Rotterdam. Soap, still smells like soap. Here's a receipt. This is from a box of cereal that we got at the restaurant. Kellogg's Corn Flakes in all the different languages. In Canada, we just had English and French. It's coming apart here. To do it tomorrow, Rotterdam on July the 15th, and we went to see a couple of dams. Spelled D-A-M-N-S. There's our placemat from our hotel. I collected anything, man. So we saw them actually making these dams, which was kind of cool. And all the specialty stuff they had to build, all the specialty boats and ships they had to build. We went to Delta Expo, and I can't even read that. Storm surge, so I guess this is where they were building dikes at the time. We also saw the world's biggest cranes. So these are the world's biggest cranes put on boats to lift these big, huge concrete, I don't know what you call them. These massive concrete piles that they would drop into the ocean and then link up so that they could keep the ocean out. Today we went to the Giethoorn on the 19th of July. So Giethoorn, I don't know. I guess I remember going there. It's a little town where they would get through the town. A little tiny kind of rural town with a lot of canals and dikes in it. In Overijssel. French postcard number 1. I have no idea what that is. The whole thing's falling apart, so it's good I'm doing this. Today we went to Sneek and saw the Dukes. Dukes? Anyway, Sneek is a famous old kind of medieval town. Famous for its gate. Friesland. Boat races. These are kind of traditional Dutch schooners. Here's some more pictures of one of the Dukes. Dikes. I guess it's dikes. Don't know why I spelled it Dukes. D-I-Y-J-K. Een groot van Afsluitdijk. I remember being there. I remember driving around that. And we all went to the Zuiderzee Museum, South Sea Museum. Enkhuizen. So this is close to Enkhuizen. Zuiderzee Museum, Enkhuizen. Oh, we did go to Enkhuizen back then. Enkhuizen's a real cool little town. Zuiderzee Museum, Enkhuizen. Today we went to Assen on the 23rd of July. So we're flying through time here apparently. Een dag uit Assen. I remember driving in these little cars. I had no idea what was going on. I remember the guys yelling at us, giving us instructions, and couldn't tell what he wanted us to do. Drenthe again, the old houses and the old castles and whatnot. It's all very cool stuff. Barcha. Postcards again. Friday maybe? I don't know. The 24th and 25th we went to Holland and went to Maduro Dam, which is like a little miniature park. Hey, look, there I am. There's me. There's my dad as we go into Maduro Dam. Back in the day when they used to have a photographer take pictures of you. Wow. Crazy. So there you can see the whole village. It's all kind of replica little toy models of famous places in Holland. So there's Dad's ticket, I guess, my ticket. Gouda, back to Gouda, just like this trip. Napoleon Bar, I remember staying there. It was right around the corner from where my mom lived. Here we have a little walking tour of probably similar to the one we went on this time. We went to Aalsmeer and saw a whole bunch of flowers. There we go, Aalsmeer. Today we went to Miderslot Castle. Aalsmeer. So the Aalsmeer is the big flower market. Aalsmeer, Holland. Today we went to Miderslot Castle. I remember this castle. Hey, this one all comes apart. Kind of like a more castle-y type of castle than the other ones, which are more palaces. Armor. I remember walking through that room, seeing all the armor. And again, tickets. Today we went to Emmen. Oh, and here we go. Oh, there's the giraffe. I guess this is one of the things where you walk in and you get your picture taken, and we didn't keep the picture. Emmen Zoo, always to zoos. Emmen. So that's 26th of July. Today we went to Helig Land on the 27th. So I guess this is like a Bible museum. Helig Land Stitching, Biblical Open Air Museum. They recreated all those Christian things. Today we went to my favorite church in Holland so far on July the 27th. Oh, this is, I think, Utrecht. It's nice to say, so these are glued in. Nice to say it's my favorite, but I don't know which one. I think this is Utrecht. Nice to see the church with a casino right in front of it. Today we went on a 2-day trip to Limoges and went to Germany and Belgium. On our way we went to Kassel, Tonsbroek, on July 30th and 31st. So yeah, I remember going to this castle. Little castle. And today we went to Valkenburg and saw a whole bunch of tunnels made by the Romans on the 30th. Now the Romans didn't make them on the 30th, but the Romans made them like 2,000 years before, and all these carvings. I remember this. I remember sitting in a car outside there. I think I bought a pencil that I kept for a long time at the souvenir shop in Valkensburg. We went to see ruins in Valkenburg on July 30th. So there we go. Valkenburg has got like the highest tower, the highest mountains in Holland, which are not very high, by the way. Here are some things from our motel. So bath soap, Zeep is soap, Hotel Castle Ernstein. This was kind of a neat castle. It was an old farm building, or the old. Just like a mansion. I think this might have been our room, actually. Next page. There you go. Hotel, restaurant, Castle Ernstein, 150 guilders. So there you go. Here we went to the Drieland point. So that's Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg. Or Belgium, Holland, Germany. Here we went to a cemetery of American soldiers, American battle monuments. Netherlands Cemetery and Memorial. Yeah, it's kind of a neat thing. I remember going through there. Oh wow, money. And today we went to Maastricht and Liège. Groten uit Maastricht. Liège, Belgium. Limburg? So that's in Belgium. Souvenir. Belgium money. Utrecht, the Dome. The Dome is the tallest church tower in Holland, I believe. And really beautiful, the Gothic architecture. Pretty fancy. I still remember checking that one out. There you can see the tower. Tower's not actually attached to the rest of the church. And one thing, we would get all these bubble gums, and the bubble gum would be wrapped up with Donald Duck cartoon wrapping, so I would keep all of those. And I would always ask people for theirs. Castle Dahar, I remember Dahar. Again, very traditional style castle. And all the little Dutch, I don't know where this goes. Castle ruin. And that's it. That's it. That's my attempt at documentation when I was about 11 years old. Definitely kind of weird looking back 35 years on your own life. What's even more crazy, I think, is that at one point this was how you would store memories, and compare that to what we have today with digital cameras, YouTube, hard drives, high definition video. It's crazy, man. It's totally crazy. I mean, this is kind of not that different than people 2,000 years ago would have stored their memories. And in 35 short years, look where we've come. Video. I mean, it's crazy. Anyways, just thought I'd throw a little tiny video together. Just wanted to kind of document this thing, digitize this in my own little way, connect the two things up. And again, Dad, Mom, thanks for all the trips to Holland. I think this is my 4th time in Holland with you guys. I've been to Holland a few times beyond that, but 4th time with you guys. Not too shabby. Anyways, we'll see you guys around. Peace.